The shift that I'm inviting here is not about working harder. It's about working at a different layer. So instead of asking, how do we fix our retention numbers? We start asking, what layer of the cascade is producing the experience that's making people want to leave? So instead of asking, why is our culture not changing? We start asking, what are the 4 layers above the culture layer doing that we have not examined yet? Instead of asking, why is execution or those decisions breaking down? We start asking, did that decision actually stick once it left the meeting? These are different questions. They lead to different interventions, and they produce results that actually stick. Is absenteeism climbing? Trace it upstream. Is patient satisfaction dipping repeatedly? Trace it upstream. Is there budget numbers? Is there variances that you can't seem to explain? Trace them upstream. The cascade gives you the map. The performance data simply tells you something is wrong. The upstream layers tell you where. So the skill that changes everything is learning to look at a performance number and not asking, how do we fix this? But what in our system design or architecture is producing this? I want to be honest about what changes and what does not. The external pressures in healthcare are not going away. Of course, we have workforce shortages, funding constraints, regulatory demands, public pressure, all of that is just, it stays. But what changes is the internal drag in the system. When leadership architecture is unclear, it adds unnecessary pressure to those other pressures. It generates friction or stress or issues that did not have to exist. It asks people to carry more than what they really need to, and it produces the instability that you are seeing in your data. So when the upstream layers shift, when identity is clear and responsibility distributes properly, and people can actually lead, when regulation is stable, urgency stops spreading, and actually space to think comes back, when safety is real, honest information flows, and decisions get better. The performance layer moves, and it's definitely doesn't happen overnight. These are slow systems, but it can be done sustainably in a way that does not require a new improvement plan every 6 months, because the design or architecture producing those numbers has actually changed. So you do not fix the data by working on the data. You fix it by redesigning what's producing it. And that starts at the top of the cascade, not at the bottom. So this is the full leadership performance cascade. 7 layers, 1 system, 1 direction of flow. If something in this series has really touched you or landed for you, if you've been watching and thinking about your own organization, I want to invite you to take the next step.